Welcome back to the IGA Stadium for the fourth wave of the round of 32 on Women's Sunday. 4 matches coming up on the blue piste. It's Elina Mikhailova of Russia up against Sarah Balza of France. We will come back to talk about that one in a second. On the green piste, it's Lucia Martin Portugues of Spain up against Qian Jiarui of China. On the red piste, Rosella Gregorio of Italy up against Manon Brunet, who's the #2 seed for this tournament. But we are going to be focused on this piste here with Yana Egorian, the Olympic champion from Rio 2016, up against Eliza Stone of the USA. Russia versus the USA, and Andrew, we had a spoil of riches to pick from. Before we get tucked into this particular match, which I know you have a slight interest in, being that there's an American fencer on there.
Only slight.
What about this matchup between Mikhailova and Balza? A bit of a surprise.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one because both of those fencers upset fencers in the previous round. Mikhailova beat Anna Bashta, and Sarah Balzer knocked out Bianca Pascu, who's #8 in the world and fighting for an Olympics, fighting to confirm an Olympic qualification spot.
Well, we'll try and keep you updated on all the matches as we normally do. Of course, you can watch them on independent streams, as always, on the FIE YouTube channel. We have a commentary feed where Andrew and I get a choice of which match to follow, but you at home can watch your fight of choice by clicking on that little suitcasey thing at the bottom right-hand side of your viewing screen on YouTube. If you are on a smart device and you want to switch piece, don't use the YouTube application. Access YouTube through your web browser, exactly, and then you can change piece. But we are going to be focused on this one, and what a cracker it is. Eliza Stone, world #5, she is flying. She's become the go-to athlete for the USA in women's sabre, and she's up against Yana Egorian, who, as I said, won the Olympic Games in the women's individual sabre event in Rio, but then kind of fell off a cliff, Andrew.
Yeah. I think she took a little bit of time off and has had kind of trouble getting her groove back since she came back into it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think there were, from what I've heard, there were some media commitments after the Olympic Games. It's very, very important for Russian athletes to take advantage of winning an Olympic gold medal. As we get underway here, Eliza Stone scoring the first one with a meeting of the blades. But what seems to have sparked Yana Egorian back into some of her very best form is the return of Sofia Velikaya, who isn't here.
Yeah, Sofia's absence is conspicuous today.
Yeah, we hear that she may be carrying a little bit of an injury, but nothing's been confirmed. But to be honest with you, she doesn't need to be here. She's going to be the #1 name on the Russian team list for Tokyo 2020.
Which is what happens when you finish second in World Championships. Ooh, got her.
Big hit there. Apology from Yana Egorian. It was purely by accident, but it does happen in sabre, doesn't it?
It's true.
If you take a lovely parry, it's almost instinctive to quickly get your hand out.
And that's exactly right. It's not that you're trying to hit hard, it's that you're trying to be fast. And sometimes when you're fast, you just hit hard. And it's always nice when that happens to apologize to the person, because this is a combat sport, but you're not trying to murder the other person. That's why the swords are not sharp. That's why we wear so much safety equipment.
It's something unique, isn't there, about the sport of fencing, in the fact that, as you said, it's a combat sport. They're fighting each other, and they've got weapons in their hands.
Yeah.
But there's an element of trying to
camaraderie, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's the word. I'm trying to avoid using the word being a gentleman, because of course we're looking at women's fencing. But there's a mutual respect. They absolutely aren't trying to hurt each other.
No.
Well, Andrew, you picked this one. We did, as I say, have a spoil of riches of the 4 fights that we could have gone to, but you picked this because of the rise of Egorian coming back to some of her best form, and the fact that Eliza Stone is right up there, and you picked a good one.
Yeah, this is going to be a good bout. They're both such smart fencers. You can kind of feel the tactics happening as the bout goes on. Like they're both mixing up their actions really well.
It looks like you weren't the only one to think this was the match to watch. It looks like the whole of the audience have maneuvered themselves in front of this yellow piece to watch this match.
Yeah, like 3/4 of the room is watching this right now.
Oh, Stone desperately trying to find the blade in defense, but Egorian patient on her long attack.
I think there, Eliza's distance was a little too consistent the whole time. You want to change your distance a little to give your opponent reason to finish. But if you're just searching for the blade, even if you are working hard, it's not really. Go ahead. I was going to say it's not really giving your opponent any reason to finish.
Well, a great explanation there, but Andrew, you see that one? I felt that Stone had picked up the blade there, but Marius Florea has given that to Egorian to take us to the break at 8-5. What was your feeling on that hit?
I think Florea saw that Egorian was more in control of the blade than Eliza was, and even if she may have been trying to take it, it was kind of like a weaker hit compared to the strength that Egorian showed, the strength and intentionality that Egorian showed in that.
Well, that's why we bring experts into the box. For me, it looked like Stone's, but as Andrew Fisher has said, the control was with the Russian, and she is into the break 8-5 up. Whiz round the field of play on green. Kian is 8-5 up against Martin Portugues. On the red piste, we have Brunet, the world number 3 from France, 8-6 up against Gregorio. That's a really tight one.
That was our second choice.
Yeah, absolutely. But the third choice was also in the break at the moment with Bowser leading 8-7 over Mikhailova. Yeah, just like I say, we had a spoil of riches, didn't we?
For sure.
So if you're sitting in the American camp, and look, I have to be impartial, you don't. I know you're supporting Eliza Stone here.
Go, Eliza.
What is the coach going to say to her? What should the coach be saying to her?
I think she's playing well in the middle. I think on defense, like I was saying before, she needs to change her distance, move in, move out, while she's searching. If she does the things that she's doing while changing her distance a little bit more, I think she would be defending herself a lot better.
So we start the second half of this match, and as Andrew Fisher says, Eliza Stone needs to start chopping and changing the distance, not keep it consistent.
On defense.
On the defense, but she scores the first hit on the attack. Here she is in defense, but like you say, she's going back with a consistent pace. It's not changing much.
Yeah.
And again, Egorian taking it on the attack. And for me, given what you've said, Andrew, so I'm kind of stealing your thunder a little bit, if Egorian continues to find the moment to take the right of way, she's going to win this fight.
Yeah. She's being pulled really well in the first zone, but once she gets the attack, she's landing almost all of them. But again, there's not a huge threat. That was...
Whoa, that's a great hit.
That didn't work, what Eliza did, but at least she changed the distance and she made Egorian react to her. So again, she didn't score that touch, but just because you don't score a touch doesn't mean what you didn't do was a good idea. That was nice. Really solid parry there.
Yeah, forcing that one through. Going back to what you're saying there, that she made the right decision, didn't execute. We often say in épée,
that was nice.
The fencers are prepared to give away a hit or even two in order to get 3 back because they've tricked their opponent. In Sabre, you don't have the time to do that.
Yeah, you don't really have the time, and it can be hard to set things up in the exact same way. In Sabre, it's a lot more about what is happening right now on defense or what is happening right now on the attack and just kind of dealing with the situation as it comes up. Of course, there's conscious thought that goes into how you put yourself in a position to succeed or score, but a lot of it is just about where the blade is at the time, what the distance is, what your opponent is doing at that exact moment.
Well,
in the center, there's a lot more of what you're talking about, where it's set up and chaining actions together.
Yeah, giving false information to your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have to say here is Eliza Stone has done a great job. She's back within 1 hit.
Yep. Another pull. She's got a really good timing. Ooh, that was bad luck. Really good stop cut. I thought she got that, but Egorian is saying she hit off target. But yeah, what I was saying before I freaked out was that Eliza is doing a really good job of pulling Yana right now in the first zone. And she's landing most of those attacks. There it is again.
Takes the blade,
nice.
but doesn't get that, and blocked out by Egorian.
Wow, what
Does
a
she
touch.
get the right away again?
She did, yeah. What was that, 5 pulls in that one touch?
Amazing stuff from the American fencer. World number 5. This is a tricky round of 32 match. Despite Egorian's world ranking of 22, she is, well, a better fencer than that.
Yeah, she's definitely better than her ranking indicates, that's for sure. Ooh, another pull, wow. And another successful attack.
Stone has clocked this one. She's worked it out. She's changed the distance, as you said, in defense, and now she looks like she's changed to taking the blade in attack as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's controlling the blade a lot more, which is helpful against someone who is always in your space trying to counterattack you. That was a very good tactical adjustment because she saw that Yana was waiting a little bit, which is the right thing to do when you're being pulled short a lot. But the way that Yana executed it was different than the other preparations where she was falling short. So it was easy for Eliza to see that she wasn't going to fall short the same as she had been doing.
They're having a look at this one on the video. And hit stands with the US fencer, now just 1 away from making it through to the round of 16.
This is the hardest one to get, though. Ooh, that one slapped. Although those lames, those like really shiny Leon Paul lames, sound like they hurt a lot more than they do when you, like, the noise is just like a juicy, meaty hit, when sometimes it's not as hard as it looks.
Oh, what a great hit there from the Russian. A stop cut and a double fist pump from
Oh my God.
Yana Egorian, and we are 14 apiece here.
She was totally off balance. That was completely all or nothing, and she found the wrist.
So this is all to play for now. 1 hit for the round of 16 at the Montreal Grand Prix. Stone bouncing up and down, trying to shake off the fact that the score is so tight. Card coming out here. Stone stopping the fight unnecessarily.
That's okay. She didn't do anything before, so no harm, no foul. Just don't do it again. Please.
Referee's going to have to look at this one.
It's replay automatic, so he can't give his first opinion. You have to go straight to the video. And after looking at the video, he calls simultaneous.
Who is going to take the risk and break this out the middle?
I think Eliza should go for a pull again.
Yes! Second intention parry pass for the world number 5. Eliza Stone goes through. It was a banana skin against Yana Egorian, but the 29-year-old American is through to the round of 16 here in Montreal. So there we have it. The round of 32 is done. A round of 16 coming up very, very soon. Karlan takes on Zagunis. Pozniakova up against Balza. Shao against Marton. Criscio against Stone. Limbach faces Yoon. Nicotina goes up against Kian. Pushtai faces Berder. And Lembach faces her teammate Brune. Don't go far. We'll be back for the round of 16 very soon.